What's up, everyone? Interested parties, uninterested parties that happen to be interested anyway, whatever, whoever, and however. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little viewpoint, vantage point rather, from Thousand Oaks, California. I think you might like this. We'll check it out and find out. Hey, I don't know how to switch this camera around while it's on, so I'll just turn it around. Okay, so this is Thousand Oaks, California. This is where I live, sunny California. Far enough from the coast to where we get minimal marine layers, but you know, we do get them. We do get marine layers. And yeah, man, I just wanted you guys to kind of check out. I'm going to my orthopedic doctor right now, so might as well take you guys for the ride. Who knows? So probably, maybe I'll even record my visit, you know, but not on video. But I'll do it audio recording so you can hear what I'm doing, like in the office and shit. I mean, that doctor has a lot of fucking gall, man, you know? Last time I was there, he was like trying to tell me I had to lose weight or something. I'm like, dude, if I take off my shirt and stand up and tighten my stomach, I guarantee you're gonna see more muscles in my stomach than you have in yours. I guarantee it. But you know, when you're sitting down, you know, and you're relaxed, you know, things are different. This is like a floral place, you know, or whatever. Give you a little shot in there. I've never been in here, but you know, everybody likes flowers, right? Women like flowers. This one woman, she wanted me to send her a flower from New Mexico, or flowers that I had told her were vine flowers. And vine flowers have little stems. There's like no way they're gonna stay in good shape. You know, if I send them, they're gonna be all dried up by the time they get to her. So, yeah, vine flowers don't hold their, well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't make it. I guess if they were in water, like any flower, maybe they'd survive, but you know, you gotta have flowers professionally sent. You can't just, you know, you just can't send flowers. You have to have them professionally sent because they know what the fuck to do. I don't. So just picking flowers and trying to send them some chick with water and stuff, I don't know. Maybe, I guess a little ingenuity, I could do it. I like the fucking tires on that truck. Look at that. I like those fucking tires, man. If I get a truck, I'm going to get tires like that. Those are fucking cool. I don't even know if you saw them. Did you guys see them? Sometimes you don't point the fucking you know how it is. You don't point the camera in the right direction. So, yeah, man, you know, I don't always do videos about weird shit. But, like, I was doing a video about accidents that I had that I survived with, like, no injury. But, like, I've had accidents where I did have injury. You know, I survived it with no broken bones. The most that's ever happened to me is I lost cartilage in my knees from jumping off my garage roof and landing like Superman. And over time, and a lot of walking and a lot of jogging, you know, fucking cartilage cracked and fucking basically became dismantled. And I didn't have the cartilage anymore, so I got both my knees replaced. And a lot of people, you know, may be curious about when I said I was homeless when I moved out here. I was. My money was floating. Let's just call it that, okay? I have money, but it was in a position where I couldn't get to it. And I'll just leave it at that. So, you know, if you think I don't wear nice enough shirts, or I don't have nice enough this, or nice enough that, maybe I am, you know, a little... you know, of a tightwad when it comes to spending money on clothes. But yeah, I don't like fucking doing that because buying nice clothes and stuff, and then you got to fucking, well, if you have clothes you have to dry clean, obviously that's fucking a pain in the ass. So if I ever have to do that, I'll probably rent something. But if I ever have to have nice clothes and I want to, you know, let's say, for instance, I have a black shirt that's really cool with a nice insignia on it or something. I mean, I gotta fucking wash it in cold water, which isn't a problem, but where I'm staying, the person there, he just won't let me do my laundry. He wants to do the fucking laundry I have, which sucks, because he bleached a bunch of my fucking clothes once. And I still got those fucking clothes. I should just throw them away. Pissed me off because I just got done buying like new pants and shit. I was like, dude, you got fucking bleach all over my clothes. Anyway, aside from that, a lot of that fucking laundry detergent, it has what do you call it? You know, like a bleach in it or something. Well, and it fades clothes really fucking fast. So I'm not a big fan of that shit, you know? So I guess what I'm saying is I want to get a new place eventually where, you know, I can fucking do my own laundry in cold water with the right kind of fucking laundry detergent. And, you know, so I can preserve the good clothes that I buy. Other than that, I can't really risk it with this guy doing my laundry, you know what I mean? Because he could fuck it up and I don't want to buy expensive laundry detergent if he's going to accidentally bleach my clothes. So that's off, you know, that's not going to happen. So that's why I don't have really fancy fucking clothes and shit. I bought some nice shoes for the gym, but because I use my fucking shoes for like everything, they get dirty. I'm not like one of those gangsters who has their fucking white shoes that no matter what, they fucking keep them white at all costs, you know? I mean, you can call that high maintenance if you want, but the truth of the matter is, you know, in reality, you know, I have 2 pairs of tennis shoes. In reality, you know, your shoes don't, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and wash my shoes all the time with fucking, I don't know what they use to keep their shoes white. And not only that, but I do enough walking to where I have to buy new shoes quick as fuck, even if I have a few pairs or whatnot. You know, I'm just not into it. You know, I have to walk through dirt paths sometimes. And, you know, basically speaking, you know, it's hard to keep your fucking shoes clean. You know what I mean? When you're like me, you walk every kind of fucking area, and there's just no way. I mean, other than that, you'd have to sit there and clean your shoes, you know, yourself, like all the time. And I'm not like into that, you know. I don't know what they use to keep the fucking shoes white, and then the inside tongue of your shoe. You know, how do you keep that clean? You can't wash leather. So how do they wash the inside tongue if it's like that weird net material or whatever? You can't. I mean, you fucking can't clean that. So I'm not into, you know, buying brand new shoes and just wearing them out for, you know, driving in my car or getting coffee and shit like that. No, I use my tennis shoes for everything. And that brings me to another point. Here's the other point. The other point is a lot of people go to the gym and they fucking, you know, the men are walking in the bathroom with their tennis shoes, and guess what? They're walking all over piss, okay? And, you know, what happens? They cross-contaminate the mats, the stretching mats, with piss. So, just so you guys know, that's another fact of life. You can't get around that. You know, you're sitting and stretching on other people's piss, along with their sweat, which is kind of related to piss in itself. Yeah, I just want to thank my subscribers that I just started this channel. I wanted to, give a shout out to Congasm Lips. I don't know. I got I got subscribers. I didn't even pay attention to most of them, but at the very least, I know that one. I'll probably have to check up on that and make sure who my subscribers are. Apparently, I got 6 subscribers, but for some reason or other, I'm not sure how I look at them or whatnot. I know Congasm Lips is one because I don't know. He's got 10 subscribers. I guess maybe he just started, or maybe he's just not that interesting. Anyway, this is Thousand Oaks, California. They built these fucking condos or whatever not too long ago, and they're like right by the 101 freeway, which is kind of fucked up. If I had a condo, I wouldn't necessarily want to be right near a highway. I guess, if there's good insulation, sound insulation, you're not going to hear all the vehicles. But where I live, there's a shitload of traffic. And man, there's a stoplight there and we hear a lot of traffic. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? All right, so doctor's office right here. And there's the beautiful skyline of the open space area. Across the 101. That's the 23 highway you see right there in front of us. It's connecting to the 101. And yeah. So yeah, I'd like to, I feel like when I go to the doctor's office today, I'm going to show them, hey man, last time you saw me, you're making, an effort to make me feel embarrassed because you thought I was overweight. Well, most of my weight is muscle. I got fucking muscle in my stomach too, but because I don't got a lot of testosterone that I would when I was young, I can't get that area ripped very quickly, or maybe I won't be able to at all because of my age, because I'm like 53. But there we go. This is it. Advanced. I didn't know they had an advanced pain clinic here. Oh, fuck it, let's go up the stairs. I got 2 artificial knees, but I can still go up the fucking stairs, because they did a good fucking job on me, man. You know what I mean? I'm like a fucking cyborg. Yeah, I'm like a fucking cyborg. Yeah, there, I'm looking at the camera now. Sorry about that. Seems like sometimes I don't look directly at the camera, so. Never had a broken bone, though. Ever. Let's see if these guys are even got their place open or not. Yeah, it's open. Hello.
You did an arrow. Isn't that one? Okay, medicare strike.
You know what time it is?
10:20.
Thank you. I see people do that all the time. There's one guy at the gym, and he likes to throw the peace sign, which is just, I don't know, it's kind of out of place these days, the peace sign. But I guess it has the same meaning, so I'm not really too, from way back. But it's just weird because, I guess it's the quickest way to communicate. Hey, no ill intent, no ill will, peace, brother, type thing, which is good. Okay, so I was at the Starbucks, and they what'd they do? They well, I had to, it was one Starbucks, and then I walked, like a couple miles, 2 miles, 3 miles, or something like that, which is no big deal. And then I went to another Starbucks, and I finished the coffee from the first Starbucks. And then the other Starbucks, when I was all done with my other coffee from the other Starbucks, I asked the other Starbucks, it's just a refill. I told them it's just a refill. And, they always believe me. Once in a while, they call me on it and they say, well, did you buy one from us earlier? If they question me like that, I'll just say, yeah, but I was in a SUV. I was in the back seat. You didn't see me. It's a real easy way to get your refill for 50 cents. There's another easy way. Apparently, if you go online with Starbucks, I don't know. Somebody told me you get free refills. So I'm not exactly sure how that, I guess that would be the intelligent thing to do, right? Get free refills. Fuck 50 cents, It's got a little bit to wait here. Yeah, see, when I sit down, my stomach sticks out a little, but when I sit up and I show good posture, everything looks a lot different. When I sit down and I lay back like this and I loosen up, yeah, it does look like fat, and there is some fat in there. There's a little fat. It's going to take me a while to get rid of that. I'm probably going to have to go on the TRT, testosterone therapy, to get that taken care of. Because I'm doing sit-ups like nobody's business, and I'm doing every kind of core exercise that I need to, actually, that it should have already, all the fat should have just congealed into muscle. But because of my age, like I said, probably got to go on TRT. Yeah, so one time I was cruising down the street in Las Vegas, and I had one of those Razor scooters. And, I was a pretty old guy then, too, the people I hung with, they were all young, people. I've always had a mind of like a free-spirited 18-year-old or something. So just younger people always congregated to talk to me and stuff. Of course, I was the wiser, and so I could always give relay wise information, but that's one thing they lacked, in being wise, So, but anyway, even so, being wise, in Las Vegas for at least 7 or 8 years, I was on morphine. I told you about that. I was on, pretty heavy morphine. And I was on that Razor scooter kicking all over the place, And I was kicking, crossing an intersection. The light was still green. Didn't say walk, but I couldn't see the cars behind the other cars that were parked or, at a stop to my left. So I took a little bit of a risk, and as soon as I started to cross with the Razor, the light turned, and at least one of the cars stayed there because he saw that I was crossing, but the car behind him didn't, and they accelerated, and I got hit by an SUV. I flew about like 15, 20 feet, and my whole leg was bloodied up, and and I was on such heavy morphine at the time that I really didn't even acknowledge that I was hurt. I just looked at the lady. I looked at her car, said, "There's no damage. I'm okay. It's not your fault. It's okay." I was all road rashed up, and I just got back on my scooter and kicked off home. And I think like a week later, man, I was in such pain I could barely get up and walk. It's probably because, it did something to me. It just took a delayed reaction, you know what I mean, to hurt really bad. And that lasted for a while. Then I started getting those radio frequency ablations to kill the pain in my back. Anyway, that's old news. That was one accident I had that was it was all bloody. There's blood everywhere. Let's see, another one was, trying to remember. I had some other accidents. When I was in Illinois, I was trying to get to the Metrolink train, and I was trying to make the train. I was on a bike, and I was going really fast, and I guess I was up on a sidewalk type thing, and to me it didn't matter. I was just zooming towards the freaking train area as fast as possible. I wasn't gonna try to go to the part where the curb goes smooth, for wheelchairs and stuff. I just forgot to. I didn't really care. I thought, oh, big deal. So I'll fly off a curb, and it won't hurt me. Well, guess what? I flied off the curb, and because I was looking for the train, my wheel landed kind of the wrong way, and the bike just buckled, and I went down. I slammed my head, and when I did that, there was a giant. Within about, I don't know, it seemed like didn't take more than about a half an hour, and I had like almost a softball-sized bump on my head, sticking out of my head. I mean, it's really odd looking. You could see it, under my. You could basically tell it was there, even though I had hair. You could see, something was sticking up there. And so I went to get a new ID for my. Speaking of Metrolink, for my Metrolink card, and that bump was really big, and I was explaining to the guy, what happened, and he told me, oh, well, I used to be a nurse. It's a good thing that you got a bump that's sticking outward, because if it's inward, then there's problems, So if you have an inward contusion, and or bump, and it's inward, you can have aneurysms, you can have all kinds of things happen. So I was like, that was kind of some good news, kind of came out of somebody's mouth that I didn't expect, but because he used to be a nurse, he knew, So that was pretty cool. You get some cool people every now and then explain things to you. And there's another time where, speaking of my cat, my cat was, not neutered, and let's see what happened. Oh yeah, it. I was trained when I was growing up. If your dog does something in the house it's not supposed to kind of tap them on the nose, like no, So whenever my cat would start sniffing around the edge of the sliding door, or I could tell he's sniffing male cats, and his objective was to mark the territory. So he'd, pee in the freaking room. And I didn't ever hit him hard, but I just kind of, tapped him, no, like that. But one day I did that, and he was prepared. He turned right up at me and faced me like, I don't care what you're thinking, you're not going to put your hands on me. And he jumped up on my head, and I had a cat all the way around my head with claws dug in everywhere. And, it was like, I couldn't pull him off, And yeah, it was kind of well-deserved, because I should have got the cat neutered. I found the cat as a stray. I should have got him neutered, but because of his age, he was probably already a year old or 2 years old when I got him. There was probably no way he's going to quit spraying like that, even if I did get him neutered. So it was my bad on that. You know, it was a learning curve. You know, if I ever get a cat again, of course I'm going to neuter him, you know, or spade him rather. Spade in the case of a male. Yeah, spade. But yeah, it took me a little while to get him off. And of course I had to grab him from the scruff of the neck so that because he had his teeth in my head as well. I mean, he had everything, his claws, his teeth, everything was, you know, it's like Jesus' crown of thorns, but it was a cat, you know what I mean? So anyway, so I eventually I got him off of me, and you know I just set him down, and you know I didn't do anything to him because I was well deserved on my part. You know I should never have done that to the cat to begin with. You know, ever got in the habit of doing that, and so rip to Booboo. He's one of my favorite cats. And you know the one thing about him is when I moved to Illinois, I brought the cat with me, and even though I always kept him indoors, and I cleaned his sprays up when he sprayed, I'd always clean him up. I moved him to another place, and I said, if anything, I've had this cat for 12 years. If anything, the first thing I'm going to do is, if given an opportunity, I'm going to let him have a female cat. I'm going to let him, and I'm going to let him do his thing because he deserves it, you know. So I moved there, and after a little while, came across a female cat, and I brought her in, and I said, "Okay, Boo Boo, do your thing, man," and he did, and you know, it was great, and he ended up having the female ended up having kittens, and it made me really happy, you know, because I found that cat as a stray. I kept him for 12 years and didn't let him out to do his thing, you know, nature calls. And so he did it, and you know, after he was done, I petted him and I patted him. I said, "Good job, Boo Boo, good job." You know, I'm so glad for you, Boo Boo, you know. So he had kittens, and the story doesn't get a lot better after that because I was trying to get rid of the kittens, and nobody was responding. You know, I was like, man, this sucks. You know, I'm stuck with all these kittens. So eventually, and Boo Boo himself, he was an older cat. He probably wasn't going to live too much longer. I mean, I wasn't sure if he was 4 or 5 years old when I first found him. So I had him 12 years, and I'm pretty sure his life was almost going to be at an end. Long story short, I had to move out here, and I had to give him up. You know, I had to give him up. You know, that was my bad again. Okay, but I wasn't gonna move out here with a cat that sprayed. I couldn't do that, and I didn't. I called some of the adoption places, and they said they were all full up. So, I mean, I had a certain timeline I had to meet to get out here. So I had to do what I had to do, you know. It would never happen again. If I had it all over to do again, I would never do that to a cat. And the other kittens, the guy came and picked them up. He said, you know, because these kittens are so small, they'll probably get taken. Somebody will get them. I'm glad you are doing this when they're still kittens, because that's when everyone likes them, and that's when they grab them up. So that made me feel a little better, but I knew for sure Boo Boo, he was probably going to get put down, you know. But one of the kittens, the one that came out that had the same black and white as Boo Boo, you know, it was really cool, man, you know, because somebody did come by for that cat. And he did get him that kitten a good home. And, you know, I had called him Teeboo 2. Teeboo 2. You know, from Booboo. So Teeboo and then 2. And so he had the same genealogy as that main cat that I found. And it was really cool because the guy who grabbed him gave him to a chick who lived out on the farm. And what better place for a cat to live, you know, like out on a farmhouse. So to this day, I kind of wish I still had that guy's number because I would have liked to see a picture of that cat, you know, fully grown and chilling out. And so, anyway. So it looks like this doctor's appointment is going to take a while. So I'm just going to cut this video. And I hope you all have a great day.